The Los Angeles Times said that the footage was of one of the most colossal train wrecks in recent history. At 4:14 a.m. on a cold February morning in 1993, it started. By 4:15 a.m., it was all over. It took more than 10 weeks to plan and 60 seconds to execute. So how did the Great Smoky Mountains Railway choreograph this massive full-scale train wreck?
What Warner Brothers wanted to do was two stages. First, the stage was to wreck a bus with the train, with the engine. And then the second stage was to wreck the full length of the train.
The first stage involved the train colliding with the bus. The train crew did many practice runs, so the special effects team could get the explosion sequence just right.
First they used was a bus, which they set across our track, and used one engine and shoved it into the bus and used our special effects to make it look like a real bad crash with the bus and the engine.
This home video, shot the night of the filming from the cab of the pusher engine, shows what it looked like when they released the engine and it crashed into the bus.
There they are. Come on, fire. All right.
The next morning, you could clearly see the effects of the impact. Now, with the first stage filmed, the train crew began preparing for the next scene.
In the second part, which they used this engine right here to my right, was the actual train wreck, which we ran through a switch, which would spike down, greased up real good, so everything would go through the switch smooth at a high rate of speed. After we built our switch up here, we needed somehow or another to test it to make sure, to give Warner Brothers a comfortable feel and give us a good feeling that it would work. So we used a box car and also a log car, and we wrecked those individually to make sure that everything worked out. And Warner Brothers wanted to use that to get their special effects on some of the wheels and look like brakes catching on fire.
Now the crew was confident that the 650,000-pound train would go through the switch. The next task was to figure out how to get the engine to lean over as it chased Harrison Ford.
After the train had cleared the switch, which is approximately about 80 feet from the point of the switch to here, there was nothing under these ties, completely nothing at all, was bare. And what we did was we poured a concrete slab and put the weight of the track on one side. Then on the other side, they put PVC pipe, a 6-inch PVC pipe under each tie to hold the ties up to more or less a level runoff. And what they did, it had charges of dynamite on each one of those PVC pipes. And when that engine reached a certain point, it set these off. And when it did that, it made the train wreck lean over to the side, and which made it lean over and ran into the ditch.
The stage was set, the green light given. On a cold February morning at 4:14 a.m., the Great Smoky Mountain Railway crew released the 7-car train, which was on its way to becoming one of the greatest staged train wrecks in history. When daylight broke, the intense aftermath of the wreck could be fully digested. The Great Smoky Mountain Railway looked like a boxcar graveyard.
It was a one-shot deal, one-time deal, and everything had to work, and it had to work out just right. And luckily it did. I mean, it did a great, fantastic scene. Everybody was really pleased, and of course you can see in the movie.
Warner Brothers said that the full-scale staged railroad wreck was the first done in the United States by the movie industry. All previous train wrecks have been done with model trains.
If you want to see the wreck site, you can. Every Great Smoky Mountain Railway excursion that departs from Dillsboro will take you right by.
For a free 36-page Carolina Mountain Vacation Planner, and for information about the Great Smoky Mountains Railway, call 1-800-872-4681.